The Josh Allen we know nowadays is the prototypical quarterback who can single-handedly destroy a team with his arms or his legs. However, during the early stages of his career, it didn't always look like there was a top-tier quarterback in the making. From his early mornings on the family cotton farm to his snaps under center in junior college, every step taken has shaped the complete quarterback we see today. And what is that final product? Well, it's an all-around package that even Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson can't touch. This is the story of Josh Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, football is back, and what better way to celebrate your favorite team than with some autographed memorabilia that is affordable. And don't worry, because today's sponsor of my giveaway has got you covered. Pristine Auction is your one-stop shop for any and everything authentic sports memorabilia. I was lucky enough to win this autographed CJ Stroud helmet that I will be giving away to you guys because we just hit 23,000 subscribers. So shout out to you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. You guys know it means the world to me. And because of you guys showing support for this channel, I went out and I got you guys this helmet that we are going to be giving away to one lucky winner via my Twitter and inside of my Discord. So make sure that you follow the rules inside of there to be entered to win this helmet. Again, this is an autographed helmet authenticated by Fanatics that was autographed by CJ Stroud, the one, the only, the greatest rookie of all time, my favorite player right now, CJ Stroud. All you simply have to do is go to my pinned post on my Twitter, follow the rules there, and you will be entered. And if you want an extra entry, like, comment on this video, and I will make sure to give you an extra entry for the giveaway. But for now, Pristine is offering you $10 off your first winning bid when you use code KRICH10 for $10 off at checkout. Make sure to check them out. They are where I get all my sports memorabilia from. And if you purchase something using code KRICH10 and submit it in my Discord or on that Twitter post, I'll make sure to give you an extra entry. Thank you again to Pristine for sponsoring this giveaway as we just hit 23,000 subscribers. And more importantly, thank you to you guys for supporting me and allowing me to do this full time. But for now, let's get back into the video. Josh Allen is relentless, always willing to do whatever it takes to secure a win. Whether he's bulldozing through linebackers to reach the end zone or launching improbable passes downfield, you can count on Allen to find a way to come out on top. It's a mentality of determination and resilience that you need to learn from the leader of your team. And he gets it from his earliest days spent working on his family farm in Firebaugh, California. The family cotton farm was established in 1975, which meant that Allen was getting stuck in it from a young age, learning the value of hard work and getting his mindset right. But cotton farming wasn't the only thing Allen did. Josh and his brother Jason loved their sport and tried their hand at just about everything. Despite being the older of the two brothers, Josh was smaller and was often put through his paces by Jason. The pair were very talented at baseball, basketball, football, and swimming, with the competitive spirit often helping them push themselves to the max.
My brother has been there with me the whole time. Throughout our lives, we were very competitive. Obviously, I wanted to be better than him. We definitely tried to push each other and make each other the best athlete as possible. It was me and him against the world. We pushed each other to try to be the best.
Football was the sport that stood out most to Josh, though, and he thrived as the starting quarterback for Firebaugh High School. This school only knew failure regarding their time on the football field, but Allen single-handedly flipped their reputation on its head. He instilled a winning culture, passing for over 5,000 yards and 59 touchdowns over his high school career. He was such a legend for the team that his number 15 jersey has been retired. However, the love for him as a quarterback prospect was not shared far and wide. Josh Allen's dream was to be the starting quarterback for Fresno State, which was just 24 miles away from Firebaugh. He often attended their games as a fan, but would have his heart broken when he was told that he was too skinny to be a Division I quarterback. Unfortunately, that was just one of the many factors he had going against him. He also had to deal with the fact that Firebaugh wasn't considered a place that typically churned out high-profile athletes. Not only that, but his commitment to other sports had gotten in the way of him attending summer camps where he could really make a name for himself. The result was a shocking 0-star prospect rating and not a single FBS or FCS offer.
What were you your senior year of high school?
I didn't have any stars, so I was a no star, no offer guy out of high school.
And it appeared that the dazzling quarterback career of Josh Allen was over before it had even properly begun. That was until Ernie Rodriguez got involved. Rodriguez was the offensive coordinator at Ridley College. a junior college program that decided to give Allen a chance. At Reedley College, Allen announced his arrival in style by rushing for 4 touchdowns. And after that, there was no chance he was heading back to the bench. And what followed was a very successful season in which he threw 25 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions, while also being a dangerous weapon as a runner. Things were starting to look up for Allen. And to make matters even better for him, people were starting to have to look up at him, literally. Over that first year at Ridley College, Allen grew by 2 inches and put on 30 pounds, quickly changing his frame from becoming a liability to one of the most imposing on the field. He had his way with junior college opponents, and everyone who worked with him assumed that the FBS scholarship offers would be rolling in. Sadly though, they didn't. Josh Allen was still being overlooked despite the performances he was putting up in junior college. And I mean, it took a lot for Josh Allen to keep persevering despite being told that he wasn't good enough and just being ignored consistently by FBS teams. But that didn't stop Josh Allen. The combination of a lack of size from a young age and lack of opportunity had created what appeared to be insurmountable odds. But he continued to do whatever he could to give himself a shot. In 2014, that meant emailing every single college coach and asking for an opportunity.
Copy and paste. It was, hey, I'm Josh Allen, 6'5", 220. Feel like I'd be a great fit for your program. Here's my huddle. These are my stats, blah, blah, blah. And I literally just copy, paste, sent it to every single coach that I could find emails to, and I sent them. So
in total, he sent 1,000 emails, and in response, he got just 2 offers. That was a pretty poor return, but there was finally hope. His 2 offers came from Eastern Michigan and Wyoming, with Allen enrolling in the later for the 2015 campaign. A broken collarbone would present yet another bump in the road, but after a medically redshirted season, Allen won the starting role in 2016 for Wyoming and began dazzling on Saturday nights. He kicked things off with a 245-yard, 2-touchdown passing effort to go along with 70 yards and another touchdown on the ground in a remarkable 40-34 win in the 3rd period of overtime against Northern Illinois. It was a stunning first proper introduction into the world of college ball for Josh, and fans quickly caught on to the special talent that was in front of their eyes. Allen was box office entertainment, dropping jaws with his insane cannon of an arm while also doubling up as a battering ram in the run game. The slender kid that earned a 0-star recruiting rating just a few years earlier was no more. Josh Allen, the dominant force, had arrived. Over the whole year, Allen passed for 3,203 yards and 28 touchdowns, in addition to 512 yards and 7 more scores on the ground. His interception tally of 15 was high, and his completion percentage of 56 was low, but these reflected the gunslinger mentality that produced more big plays than negative ones. He was an absolute thrill to watch, quickly elevating his name to new heights. I mean, there was so much hype surrounding his first season in the NCAA that Allen heavily considered declaring for the NFL draft after the 2016 campaign had come to an end. However, after some sensible words from his father and useful advisor Carson Wentz, Allen made the decision to return to Wyoming and continue honing his craft. And what followed would have concerned the Allen camp, as he kickstarted his 2017 season with a 2-interception performance against Iowa before completing just 37% of his passes against Oregon for just 64 yards and an interception in week 3. I mean, it's safe to say that in what was meant to be his final audition for the pros, things were not going to plan. However, he turned it around and refound the magic in the second half of the season, leading the team to 6 wins from their last 7 games and ending up with a final stat line of 1,812 passing yards and 16 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. He also rushed for 207 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. Thankfully, he had done enough to turn around the rough start and retain his status as one of the most highly anticipated quarterbacks in the 2018 draft. However, not everybody was sold on his talent yet, constantly pointing to his low completion percentage and high interception totals as evidence that his talents could not translate to the NFL.
I saw 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions against the 3 good teams. It's just not good enough.
I mean, he was about as polarizing as they come as a prospect, with draft projections ranging from the 1st overall pick to out of the 1st round altogether. When draft night came, the Cleveland Browns opted to go for Baker Mayfield 1st overall. The 2 New York-based teams were up next and potentially in the market for a quarterback, but the Giants opted to bolster their running back room with Saquon Barkley before the Jets made Sam Darnold the next quarterback off the board. Josh Allen had fallen out of the top 5 by now, but the slide would stop once the Buffalo Bills were on the clock next.
With the 7th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen, quarterback.
They were enthralled by his physical profile and traded up from the 12th overall pick to make sure they got their guy. After years of rejection and doubt, Allen's persistence had paid off. he had made it as a top 10 NFL draft pick. Now he had to rescue a Buffalo franchise that hadn't enjoyed a double-digit win season since 1999.
My teammates, my coaching staff, thinking that's who I am. You know, it was 6 years ago, I put it on my shoulders, it happened. I was young and dumb, I made a mistake, but I've moved on, I've learned from it, and hopefully my coaching staff, my teammates open me with welcoming arms, and we're going to go from there and earn their respect every day.
His first taste of NFL action came in relief to Nathan Peterman in a heavy loss to the Baltimore Ravens. Peterman's 0 quarterback rating led to Allen being named the starter after the game, going on to deliver a season that perfectly suited his polarizing draft profile. The concerns surrounding his prospect profile were on full display, thanks to a 52.8% completion rate and 12 interceptions to just 10 touchdowns. But there were plenty of highs to get excited about as well. He regularly showed off his cannon of an arm and barreled over defenders for 631 yards and 8 touchdowns as a rusher. When you combine this with his tally of 2,074 passing yards, you have the first ever quarterback in franchise history to lead the team in both passing and rushing yards. Allen had finished the season on a high by passing for 3 touchdowns and rushing for 2 more against the Miami Dolphins in Week 17, wrapping up a disjointed but overall positive first year. Everyone knew that Allen was going to be somewhat of a project and that his rawness was going to be led by some bumpy moments early on, but the priority for Buffalo in his rookie season wasn't to win games, but to ensure the future of their franchise was given a chance to develop and succeed. And that's exactly what they did, with Josh Allen's second season showing significant improvement. As a sophomore, Allen passed for 3,089 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. He also tacked on 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns from 2018 to 2019, and also protected the ball better. In doing so, he led the team to their first 10-win season in 2 decades and a trip to the playoffs where they would unfortunately lose to Houston in the wildcard round. But by now, the vibes in Buffalo were very positive, but a 58.8% completion rate meant that there was much more room for improvement. And the improvement came in the 2020 offseason. On the advice of former NFL quarterback and quarterback coach Jordan Palmer, Josh Allen began working with Chris Hess, a sports scientist. Through the use of 3D technology, Hess was able to identify that Allen's passing mechanics happened in reverse of the optimum technique. Together, they worked on fixing this issue in the hope that he could help Allen improve of his accuracy on the field. The 2020 campaign would be the first proper test for this new technique. And the good news for Allen was that he was also receiving help from a roster perspective.
Stefon Diggs, working out in an Arizona Cardinals shirt just a couple weeks ago, threw his helmet in a playoff game, was fined $200,000 for being mad. It seemed like Stefon Diggs wanted out of Minnesota, and he got out of there, and now he's in Buffalo. How do you feel about this entire deal?
Buffalo gave up a bunch of picks for him, didn't they? Didn't they give him a first, a fourth, a second, and a fourth the next year or something?
Yeah, first, a fifth, a sixth, and a fourth round. In a 2021 fourth, yeah.
Stefon Diggs arrived via the trade from Minnesota, giving Allen his first proper wide receiver 1 to work with. The combination of playmaking ability and improved mechanics was spectacular, with Allen's completion percentage jumping from 58.8% in the 2019 regular season to 69% in the 2020 regular season. This led to a massive increase across the board, with Allen delivering 4,554 yards and 37 touchdowns through the air, in addition to 421 yards and 8 touchdowns on the ground. Allen established himself as one of the premier quarterback talents in the NFL, coming second in MVP voting only to Aaron Rodgers. The Bills once again went to the playoffs only to be denied in the AFC Championship game by the Kansas City Chiefs. Despite the disappointing loss to Kansas City, Josh Allen had proven himself on the big stage. Across the 3 postseason games that year, he passed for 817 yards and 5 touchdowns to just 1 interception, with another 145 yards and a touchdown coming on the ground. In his 3rd season in the NFL, Allen had lifted the Buffalo Bills to powerhouse status and became one of the biggest names in the league. Josh Allen's incredible play continued over the next few seasons, continuously delivering elite numbers, double-digit winning seasons, and playoff appearances. He's currently on a streak of 4 consecutive seasons with over 4,200 passing yards and at least 29 touchdowns through the air. It has been absolutely spectacular to watch. However, another unfortunate trend has also emerged. In 2021, the Chiefs once again ditched the Bills out of the playoffs, this time thanks to a Magic Mahomes 13-second drive, overcoming Josh Allen's own magic that game.
Looking to the end zone for the win! He caught it!
Then in 2022, it was the Bengals defeating them in the divisional round before the Chiefs once again were victorious in the same fixture in 2023. The Bills are finally experiencing a consistent level of top-tier football, and it's all thanks to Josh Allen. However, with the good quality of football comes expectations, and thus far, the Bills have earned a reputation for falling short. For Allen, you could argue that no ringless quarterback in the NFL deserves a Super Bowl more than him. Across the 5 seasons he has taken the Bills to the playoffs, he has played 10 games, passing for 2,723 yards, 21 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. He is holding up his end of the bargain, proving that he has the mental strength to match his outrageous talent. When considering his unstoppable ability as a rusher, powerful arm as a thrower, and ability to perform on the big stage, you have to believe that Josh Allen's time at the top is going to come. And when it does, we will all see his all-around package makes him more dangerous than the other great quarterbacks around him, like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. He's been underestimated his whole life, and now in 2024, when everyone counted out the Bills, perhaps it's time for Josh Allen to go full MVP on us and win the whole damn thing.